Our next guest, actor Danny Strong. Many remember him as Doyle on Gilmore Girls, more recently starring in the hit series Billions. Along the way, the actor has added several other titles to his resume, such as writer and director. He's the executive producer of the series Dopesick, about the opioid epidemic, inspired by the New York Times best-selling book. Danny Strong joining me again on Good Day New York. Nice to have you back.
Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
So, Danny, why did you want to get involved in taking this book into a series?
Well, when I started researching the opioid crisis, particularly the marketing and distribution of OxyContin, I was stunned by the rampant criminal behavior by Purdue Pharma, the company that made the drug. Their entire promotion of the drug was that it was less addictive than other opioids, with different slogans, one of the key slogans being less than 1% of people get addicted to OxyContin. And that ended up being a lie. It was completely untrue. And since that was a lie, that meant that every piece of evidence they put forward in their marketing, in their presentation to doctors, those were all lies too. So that meant that pain studies, blood charts, articles by supposed specialists that were actually on Purdue's payroll, it was a giant shell game con. And it was so shocking to me and so disturbing that I felt like I had to write something about it.
So, Danny, I know you grappled with this because obviously this subject hits home for many people. Some people have lost children to the opioid epidemic. I know that you grappled with, how do I make this not depressing and, you know, interesting for people to watch? And how did you come to that juggle?
Yeah, no, that's a really good question, because if it were to be completely depressing, no one would have ever made it. And so when I started reading and I started researching, it was like, well, how do you pull this off? In my early research, I came across a case by the U.S. Attorney in the Western District of Virginia, John Brownlee, and he had two prosecutors, and they brought this case against Purdue Pharma. And I thought, well, if there was a case, that means there was an investigation, which means there would be people looking for clues, and that this could potentially be not just a depressing story of addiction, but there could be somewhat of a thriller there. And in following their investigation, we would be uncovering the crimes of Purdue Pharma. So it was, you know, a multi-dimensional piece. There was also a DEA investigation right before this, in which a DEA agent was trying to stop Purdue's tactics. So there were elements to it that felt like, oh, this could not just be an important piece, but it could also be an exciting piece of storytelling at the same time.
And it's a great cast. Michael Keaton, Rosario Dawson, on and on and on Hulu right now. Before we go, Danny, I got to ask you about Billions, because you play one of those hedge fund bros on the show. I hear the show is coming back in January without Damian Lewis. Can you give us an idea of what it looks like the next season?
Yeah, so I think the next season's going to be really terrific. Corey Stoll has sort of stepped into, he's not playing Axe, but his character has stepped up as a co-lead. And he's an absolutely incredible actor. He's one of the most talented actors working now. And I think it's going to be a really dynamic season 6. I've had a blast working on that show. It's a wonderful company, and the writing is as sharp and crisp as ever. So I think Billions fans are really going to enjoy what's in store for them.
All right, Danny, always great to talk to you. Thank you so much. Good luck with Dopesick. It's on Hulu right now. And Billions in January. See you soon. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you so much.